Hey, thank you and good morning.
All right, we are gonna do, it looks like docket number 2, Mallory Davies.
While he was
Is
driving.
ready?
Mallory Davis is on.
I've asked her to unmute. She is ready to go.
We call the matter of Mallory Yelm versus Mallory Davis. Ms. Davis, are you able to hear me?
Yes, are you able to hear me?
I certainly can. You're a little on the quiet side, but if you could speak up, that'd be great. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too.
You're set for a review today. Well, how are things going with yourself, first of all?
I'd say it's going pretty good. I have still been attending my classes like I'm supposed to. I have recently got a job. It's not the greatest, so I am working on something different, but it at least did something.
I do have in the file a DD evaluation. That's great news. I realize that there's always money involved. There's a cost of treatment, and unless the employment is secure, that can be an issue. You're started. We're looking for May and June treatment reports. The June report was unable to attend group due to financial non-compliance, but you're working on bringing yourself back in, it sounds like.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Dillon?
I recently did make that payment up. I have not made I have not made up the class yet, but that will be done.
Yeah, make sure that let's have that be the first thing. What we want to do here is make sure that you don't get into any position where you're reoffending, and that's what this treatment is all about. What I'm inclined to do, subject to input from the city, is set the matter over about a month. We'll take another look at it then and just see how you're doing.
All right.
How does that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Mr. Dilly, on behalf of the city?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, I want to wish you the best of luck. We're going to reset your matter. We'll send you a copy of today's order and do the best you can. Hopefully the employment situation will resolve itself. But the most important thing here is don't see any indication of any sort of reoffense. And that's really the important thing.
All right.
Life is going otherwise fairly good.
Yes.
That'll take care of today's hearing. You take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you in about a month.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, you can sign off now. We have an order here. Reset to August 5th. Let's see. Save signature.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
Next, we have docket number 5, Gregorio Romero Cruz.
Next, we'll call the matter of Yelm versus Gregorio Romero Cruz. Mr. Romero Cruz, are you able to hear me? You may have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you, Your Honor.
We'll address your matter now. I'm looking at a document filed June 10th, which is a compliance report. As of June 10th, it sounds like you're kind of in partial compliance. Good to go. When are you looking at completion of treatment?
I have completed the treatment like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It sounds like they haven't sent you the report of completion of the program.
Well, sometimes that's the treatment, you're with the STOP program, Social Treatment Opportunity Programs. And yes, sometimes they are not that good about filing completion reports. But you're of the opinion that you're done.
Yeah, I have a certificate of completion, but they were supposed to email the court, the same thing that I completed the program and all that stuff. I mean, it's just a constantly issue with them trying to get anything sent out to the courts. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're aware of that.
And you do have your certificate of completion?
Not on me right now, but I do have it at home.
Would it be possible for you to email that to us, send it to us direct? That way you don't have to bother STOP. You bother STOP, you might just get another bill or something. Would that be
Okay.
Would that be possible for you to email that certificate of completion to us?
Yes, I can email it, but just not this minute, because like I said, that's not home. And what they did is give me a certificate on a paper. So I'm probably gonna have to fax it to you, to the court.
If you could do that, let's do this. Let's give you another court date 2 weeks from now. I think that's the 22nd. And hey, if you have that on file here, either from STOP or from yourself, we'll strike the hearing. We don't need to hear from you. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
How is life going? Otherwise, you were going through kind of a bad patch there when your case was in progress. How are things going for you now?
Things are going a lot better.
That I'm glad to hear. I'm going to wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, have your paperwork from either you or STOP by the next court date. You won't have to appear, so you take care of yourself, and decisions we make bring us back to court or keep us out of court. Keep that in mind, and good luck to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Romero Cruz, thank you.
Thanks, have a good day.
And you as well. We'll send you the order on review, which will have your next court date on it, July 22nd, 8:15, and we'll talk to you then if we need to. Hopefully, we'll be able to cancel the hearing.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. You take care of yourself.
Okay, bye.
Slightly different. Officer Skeets, good morning. If you can, I can see you, but.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Certainly can. How's everything going down there?
Going pretty good.
Glad to hear that. It's been a while since I've been able to see you in person. I look forward to when the tribe reopens and I can.
Yeah.
All in good time, I suppose. We have our computer tech here, Jason. He's working on making sure everything is going okay.
Okay.
Webinar setting.
It's always going to be the same.
I'll go take a
Some
look.
help. Okay.
Well, because webinars are not meant for that.
Yeah.
Not meant for everyone to share video because it's a webinar. It's designed for a few.
Part of webinars that show everything video.
No, those are just normal meetings. I know for a fact.
Okay.
The
If you can
webinars are
just make
designed
it
to have.
Nope, we're not. We're on
That's okay.
screen.
Webinars are designed to have presenters and panelists present out to a group of people. And then normal Zoom meetings are the ones that have everyone's cameras on. Again, though, you lose the ability to manage and monitor and control the entire Zoom meeting if you switch from a webinar to that. So if you guys are expecting, there's virtually no system in existence right now that will let you have.
Interrupt if you got something else going on.
Good morning, Mr. Steva. Good to see you. We certainly can hear you.
And Your Honor, at this point, I'm here with Derek Murphy. We've got a few matters on today for arraignment. I'm going to handle these, and I think we actually have a resolution. So hopefully the court will appoint me to these, and then I'm going to resolve them today. I do have a plea form in the court file, or excuse me, in the O courts file that I've gone over with Mr. Murphy. So we have a couple things we're going to do. On the newer case, Your Honor, we're going to be entering a plea of guilty with an agreed recommendation. Mr. Murphy's going to get credit for time served on that matter, and then he's going to need to basically re-up his alcohol evaluation or alcohol drug evaluation and comply with the treatment there, which other courts may be asking him to do anyway. We're not sure, but that's something he's more than willing to do. We were going to ask for 60 days to get that done. The other thing, Your Honor, is we will ask to mitigate the no insurance ticket. And then finally, upon successful entrance of that plea, the older ignition interlock DWS3 charge would be dismissed. And I've gone over all of that with him. We have signed a plea form, and that should be in for the court's review. Thank you.
I'm looking at it at this time. Mr. Dilly, anything to add in response to?
No, Your Honor,
what
it's
Mr. Stevens
an
said?
agreed recommendation.
Mr. Murphy, good morning. Is your full name Derek, middle initial V, Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Murphy, I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to 3 different charges. 1, driving a license suspended or revoked in the 3rd degree. The 2nd, negligent driving in the 1st degree. Those are simple misdemeanors. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 90 days in jail and or $1,000 fine. You're also cited for operating a vehicle without ignition interlock. That's a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty upon conviction for that would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. You realize that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You realize that regardless of what's recommended by the city and by your attorney, who have I appointed to represent you, I am free to impose up to the maximum if I think that that would be appropriate. You realize
Yes,
that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Also, if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5 of the plea form. No trial, no appeal, no, just simply a sentencing. You realize that?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that in mind, as to charges of driving a license suspended or revoked in the 3rd degree, operating a vehicle without ignition interlock when required to have that by the Department of Licensing, and negligent driving in the 1st degree, alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on July 4th, 2021. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Make that plea of your own free will.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. I'm reviewing the recommended penalty here, which includes a $250 fine and basically all suspended jail time with credit for the time served. You were booked in on the 4th. Today would be the 8th. So that'd be a 5 days credit.
Yes, Your Honor. And then the fee was going to be a probation fee. He's not working at this point, so we're hoping that would get factored into the mitigation hearing as well. Thank you.
Mr. Dilly, anything to add on behalf of the city?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Murphy, is there anything you'd like to tell me? You have a right of elocution. You can say anything to me you wish. You don't have to say anything, but if you have anything you think I should know or want to tell me, now would be the time.
Your Honor, this experience in jail has definitely taught me that I want to change my life. I realize that I've been kind of living recklessly and without really thinking of the consequences of my actions. And now I realize where you can end up and what can happen if you just, put off your responsibilities and promises to the court. And I fully intend on complying as much as I can to move forward.
Mr. Murphy, the reason I kept you in jail, 1, you did not appear on the first charge, which I'm dismissing at this time, having accepted the plea. That you were arrested on the 2nd charge. You were found out passed out in the middle of an intersection with a needle hanging out of your arm. That is sort of the situation that puts you at significant risk of losing your own life or killing or badly hurting somebody else's. That is concerning. Remembering your record that I reviewed at the time, you've been cited for driving without ignition interlock like 6 different times. I think it's time to start paying attention to the situation here, deal with any issues you might have, and then go on with life. Don't do that. I'm going to read your name in the paper, and I'm not going to have to see you in court because you're not going to be here. So now's the time to either face the situation or go on living the way you are. All I can do is impose 90 days in jail on the driving license suspended, revoked, which I will, 364 days in jail on the ignition interlock charge, another 90 days in jail on the negligent, 364, no, 90 days on the negligent driving.
Yeah, that's incorrect. That should be 90 on that, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
No problem. Neg driving 1, give you credit for 5 days served. Now, the balance of that is suspended on the condition of law-abiding behavior, don't drive without license and insurance, and get a drug and alcohol evaluation, file a copy of that with the court, and comply with any recommended treatment, and begin that within the next 90 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on your history and what I've seen doing this, if you don't do that and take it seriously, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. I'm going to see you again. Some other judge is going to see you again. Or, as I said before, I'm going to simply read your name in the paper. Unless you're being held on some other charge, you will be released on this date. We're going to keep in touch, and the other condition is keep a good contact information on file with us, as we'll probably want to review this. We won't have to, as long as you're in full compliance. Do not reoffend, and we get the necessary paperwork that we expect from the treatment agency.
Yes, Your Honor.
All I can do at this point is wish you the best of luck. The only thing I can do to you is lock you up, which is the thing I hate most to do about what I do here. But it's the choices you make. You make good choices, and you won't have to listen to me or any other judge again. I hope that's the case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Murphy, good luck to you, and I mean that.
Thank you, sir.
There is the infraction. I'm simply going to dismiss that on my own motion. The $250 probation fee that I'm imposing, we'll set your payments up that at $25 a month. Far more important than the probation fee is the treatment. I realize that costs money, and I want that to be your first priority. If there's a problem making the payments to us, just let us know and we can deal with that. There's other things that you can do, community service, what have you. But yeah, stay in touch with us, comply with the conditions, and you're going to find that your life will be much better, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Concludes the hearing. We'll go off record. We will be sending you and your attorney will get a copy of the final papers signed in this manner. That'll be the judgment and sentence and your statement of defendant on plea of guilty. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Steva, any questions?
No, that'll be faxed over, and they'll give that. Because I'm gonna head to the court right now. I imagine they'll be giving that to him when he's let out his information.
They will. Take care.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see you over there in a little bit.
She might have been released on her own recognizance. Because if they bail out, they usually have something like your bail bond. And then there, yep, as long as it can make the court date, there won't be a warrant. But
Oops. Let's go with the order of dismissal next.
Your Honor, I don't know if we have anybody else on the 8:15 calendar.
We do. We have
I think we do. I'm
we have a few
signing.
more people.
Okay.
Enter the dismissed charge.
In court.
On that one. Shoot, now you have to go back to square one on that. That would be docket number 3. That'd be just the insurance one that we're dismissing. And I'm never discussing that as
So
well.
this one is just specifically for this one.
For admission.
You should have.
So,
Take Nicholas.
Here, I'll
Willie,
enter it. You
what
should
the
have.
heck?
But I'll enter it on my side.
I may have shown you that one.
That's right, that's being dismissed. So
Yeah.
what do I need?
If you can just hit save and then that way I can open it. on my
Save,
end.
got it,
Okay, and then I can edit it over here and then it'll be ready for signature.
got it.
What's that? Yeah, well, it's not yet. Well, it's been
Yeah,
decriminalized.
it's ignition and
Oh,
NDUS.
If you get caught with heroin, you have to, they'll hand you, give you 2 warnings to get yourself retreated for treatment. Then it'll be a crime.
I can do it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you want it, you just have to type it in. Unless
See if it'll let
Yeah.
me,
it says they have it.
No?
How about if I close the window?
You just say, here you go, off to the pokey.
But everything, and then now try to type in there, maybe it'll.
Well, that's legal.
Ah, perfect. Operating a vehicle.
I think you just said that like the rest of it.
Was that right?
And then there's a separate one for the infraction.
As long as you don't end up there. That's the important part.
It worked.
Perfect.
Mr. James is on the phone. Yeah. And he said his attorney's office, like, there's nobody there that can get hold of him. And Mr. James does not know how to Zoom. I said, well, let me see if he's logged in.
Yeah.
No, he's not. I wanna be here. So now you can tell Mr. James that I don't know what to tell him. Maybe they reset some.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Have you heard from Mr. Attorney David?
One more to
No,
go.
I just
Infraction
emailed
dismissal.
him. And I tried to get a hold of him yesterday.
I have a note from Mr. James. He's sitting outside his office. They were supposed to be there and hold the meeting, and there's nobody.
Lock for this one.
And I
Mr.
tried.
James is not taking that. So he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have to.
Why don't we reset him, because I tried to get hold of David yesterday.
All right, got 'em all.
It just,
So it's
I
okay.
don't know, maybe it's possible.
Okay,
All
back
right.
to the dashboard.
Okay.
But I had emailed him, he had
Next,
some
we
photographs,
have-
emailed the applicants.
Next, we have Barbara C, docket number 6.
I have no problem resetting.
Call the matter of Yelm versus Barbara C. See if you're able to hear me. Please let me know.
I can hear you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for your patience. It took a while to get to you, but we've been a little bit clogged up here.
It's okay.
Docket indicates we are looking for, we need
The evaluation.
the completion
And
of the assessment. Any luck with that?
well, I went to Fife when I said I was going to go pick it up myself, but there was no one at the office when I went there. So I tried calling them and I emailed them, and then I just gave up and went and did another one at Freedom Recovery. And my assessment is complete at Freedom Recovery, except I just got a voicemail 3 days ago, sorry, saying that my UA leaked in transit and I have to go back down and do another one. I would have already done that, except I'm in California on an emergency situation. My daughter was involved in a really serious domestic violence case, and I came to California to bring her back to Washington with me. So I'm in California right now, so I can't do the UA until I get back.
Leaked in transit, Mr. Dilly, that's one I've never heard before. That, hey, things happen like that. And we're still dealing with I think the COVID situation, although that's hopefully coming to an end. When are you going to be back in Washington?
On July 10th, Saturday.
Why don't we, let's do this. Let's set your case over a month. We'll give you another court hearing.
Okay.
We'll just see how things are then. If you have on file everything you need to keep on file, you don't need to appear, but you might want to check with us the day or two before the hearing to make sure that we have what we need, okay?
Yeah, I will.
Hey, travel safely back to Washington. We'll be sending you a copy of today's order. Your next hearing is going to be on August 5th at same time, 8:15 in the morning. You take care. We'll talk to you then, and hopefully everything will be done. You're making progress, but just have a little bit.
Yeah, it's my third one. I'm trying to get an evaluation too, you guys, I promise.
Hey, you take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye.
They take it off. It's on the way to the lab. Apparently they had it. Clean up on aisle 7. You go to these treatment
And then
agencies.
next we have docket number 8, Christopher Westbrook.
Well, this guy's gonna get
It's all a matter of Yelm versus Christopher Westbrook. Mr. Westbrook, if you can hear me, let me know.
Yes, sir.
I've looked at, you sent me an email. The last time we had court, you were given a couple of weeks to do the 1 day in jail, complete your obligations. It looks like the 1 day is still outstanding, and it looks like they wouldn't take you in because you were a little bit late on showing.
Yeah, I showed up a couple minutes late the first day, and then I tried to go back yesterday, and apparently I needed my paper, which I had failed to bring with me, but I had tried offering my email because I got an email of the same letter, thinking that that would work as well, but they wouldn't accept that either. So I was not able to do it, and unfortunately I have to go back north to go to work. So it's kind of difficult living in Linwood. I couldn't do it this last week because I got promoted at work and I had to watch these loads that go to Japan. I was the only one who was able to do it.
Mr. Dilly, any input? It looks like Mr. Westbrook was given 2 weeks to serve the day, and
I can have it done by the end of the month. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get down here.
I guess alternatively, he could elect to do electric home monitoring.
as an alternative, did you hear that, Mr. Westbrook? As an alternative to the 1 day of jail, the statute allows you to do 15 days of electronic home monitoring. I'll give you the choice of doing the EHM or the 1 day in jail within the next month. What's your
That's agreeable. And I should have a completion letter from treatment coming to you too.
that I think is a little more important than the jail time. But look, I want you to remember that you know, when it comes to jail time, things like that, punctuality is really critical. The way they run jails, I want you to keep in mind you've got 363 days suspended, in which I could find you in non-compliance, and the city might recommend 10 days for non-compliance. I'm not going to do that, but we're going to give you another court date, and we'll We'll talk to you then. I'll expect that you will have either done the 1 day in jail or 15 days of electronic home monitoring. I'll expect proof of that. If we don't have proof of that, I anticipate from the city a motion to impose suspended jail time. Whether that'll be up to the city. Any questions at all, Mr. Westbrook?
Not at all, sir.
We'll send you a copy of today's order. Your case is reset to August 5th, 8:15, and we'll see how things are then, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
You might want, if you're going to do the jail in person, bear in mind traffic being what it is, et cetera, and jails being what they are. You better early than late. Late, whether it's a couple of minutes or a couple of hours, it doesn't matter. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, come on.
Next we have Brandon Wolf, docket number 9.
Call the matter of Yelm versus Brandon Wolf. Mr. Wolf, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you. The docket indicates that we need to an alcohol assessment, victim impact panel, ADIS, alcohol and drug information school. Where are we on that?
So I have it scheduled for the 20th of this month for the assessment and everything. Sorry it took so long for me to actually get the ball rolling a little bit on that. I really do regret it.
Better late than never. The important thing is that it be done preferably in good time, but the real important thing here is I don't see any indication of any violation, and that by far is the most important thing.
Yes, Your Honor. I've already paid all of my fines through the DOL and to the court itself. I've already gotten, like I said, I got in contact for my assessment. It's scheduled on the 20th. I already have a payment plan set up and everything. I haven't been driving. I've been just going to work, coming home. My mom's been driving me around anywhere that I needed to go. I've been trying my best just to stay out of trouble and get past this the best of my ability.
You know, that does take time, and the problem is this charge has catastrophic effects on your driver's license, your insurance rates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we live in a world where you pretty much have to be able to drive. But give it time, get through it. Eventually, all these requirements drop off, and you'll be able to proceed with life. But they won't drop off unless you are in compliance with everything that's required of you. What I'm
Yes.
inclined to do, unless the city has any problem, is reset the matter to the second court date in August, and we'll see how you're doing then.
Yes, Your Honor. Are we still able to drop it down to the neg 1 at this time, or is it going to be after the evaluation and everything?
That depends on what the city, what the city's position is. Let's swim that river when we get to it, and hope for the best with the city. I'm sure the quicker you come into compliance with your agreement, the more inclined the city will be to stick with its original agreement. But that is not up to me. That's up to Mr. Dilly.
Okay.
Hey, good luck to you. You take it easy, and we'll talk to you on August 19th at 8:15, and we'll see how things are going then. So far, they're going pretty well, but these are hoops you just have to jump through. They're mandated by law.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wolf, good luck to you. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, you have a good day.
And you as well. That leaves us as Brandon.
I was gonna say we have 2 people in person, so that might be them. I think they might be, I'm not sure. They've been here for a while.
Have some people in the courtroom. I'm not sure who's here for what, but is Brendan Goss in the courtroom? Yeah. Mr. Goss, come on up, have a seat. We'll deal with your matter now. The docket entry I have, IOP compliance, inpatient outpatient treatment, what's going on?
I had they're making me redo the assessment. I had the assessment set up for the 24th of last month. And when I was on my way there, they called me and said that my health insurance was a private insurance, which doesn't make sense because I have Washington State health insurance. And they just kept on sending me from one place to the other. And everywhere where they didn't accept health insurance is just too much for me to afford to do it.
Sometimes the bureaucracy is sometimes a little too much to deal with, but all you can do is keep plugging at it as best as you can. You haven't given up, have you?
No, I also started going to AA and stuff.
How's that working out for you?
It's good. I used to go to AA when I was like 15, 16. So I kind of get how it goes, but I like AA. I like AA better than NA personally.
If that works for you, hey, more power to you. That is great. But what I'm be inclined to do here is to let Mr. Goss keep working on it. Sure. Let's set it over to August, the second court date, 19th. Well, let's set it over to August 19th, and we'll take a look and see how you're doing then, okay?
All right.
The main thing is to stay out of trouble, comply with the law, do not get yourself back in the situation where you're back in this or some other court on a new charge. That's the last thing in the world you want.
It's been almost a year since I've talked to the cops officer up there in the hallway. And then I got my license back.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hey, step in the right direction. Step in the right direction. Hey, Mr. Goss, it sounds like things are doing well. Let's just keep doing what you're doing and keep plugging away to get done what you have to get done, okay?
Yes, sir.
Next court date will be August 19th, 8:15. I'm looking at the order on the screen. We'll be sending you a copy of that. I'm kind of a computer dinosaur here, so it takes me a little longer than usual to do what I need to do. I never thought I'd see the day where I would be attaching electronic signatures to a television screen. And old dogs sometimes can learn a few new tricks, but that's a bit. Mr. Goss, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself, and we'll see you in August.
All right. You have a good rest of your day.
Hey, you too. Take care.
And then I think that's docket number 7.
And your name is?
Stephen Wengalewski.
Mr. Wengalewski, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm all right.
And the docket entry, and that's why we asked you to come in for a review. Treatment.
Yes.
Big question mark.
I don't think you guys received their their report for last month because they send it out the 10th of every month. So the report you would have would have been right after our last court date. But they sent me an email. I went in there personally yesterday and did the class, and they sent me an email. I have it on my phone. Unfortunately, she said that she couldn't send it to you guys because she was working from home at that point. But if you'd like me to bring it up to you, that's all right.
If you could show that to Mr.
Yes.
Dilly. I don't know if we have a way of printing that off, or
I could email it to you.
that'd be great.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Okay. Whose email?
It's the court email, so it's going to be court, COURT, at yelmwa.gov.
1 second. I think I accidentally closed this. I gotta redo this. Okay, one more time, please.
It's court, COURT, at yelmwa.gov.
Right.
Tony, I don't know if you have any way of opening that, looking at that.
I do,
just
so
got
as
sent.
soon as it comes through, I will open it.
He just got sent, but so I'm in compliance with all my classes, but I missed a one-on-one last month.
That happens.
So once I make up that one-on-one, I will be on, I'll be eligible to go to once a week from twice a week. So I'm facing up next month.
Yes, we will. I will make notes.
Mr. that's, hey, thank you for sending that to us. Things are going well. As far as that is concerned, how's life going?
Doing all right. I'm working framing again, so that's cool. My girlfriend just broke up with me, so that sucks. But
Back to bending nails. That's
it's life's a roller coaster. So
well, as they say, that's life. That's life. The purpose of all this is to keep you from having to be in front of another judge on a similar problem at any time in the future. That's what we're trying to avoid here. And studies have shown that all this, though it's kind of unpleasant to have to jump through these hoops, that this helps a lot towards that end. What we'll do is this. Let's give you another court date of August 19th. And given where you are in this thing, if we have on file, you might check with us a couple of days before your hearing. If you have on file what we need to have by way of compliance with the treatment recommendations, you don't need to appear. I'd rather have you out there bending nails than have to sit in a courtroom.
yes, Your Honor, I'm on my way to work right after this.
That was, oh, hey. But you take care. Any questions at all?
Oh, Your Honor.
Take care of yourself. August 19th, that'll be the next court date. And if we need to, we'll talk to you then. But again, if you're in full compliance and we have on file proof of that, you have our number.
Yes, sir.
You don't need to bother showing up. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You take care. And you too. And I think for the first time ever, we had 100%, 100% appearance on the
amazed.
On the review calendar.
We can take care of some 9 o'clocks. I don't know if Mr. Lousteau is on.
He's on now. Mr. Lousteau is on. I'll allow him.
Mr.
to talk.
Lousteau?
Yep. For Mr. Gaines, docket number 4.
Call the matter of Yelm versus John Games. Mr. Lousteau, I understand you're online. Can you hear me?
He's muted on his end.
You appear to be muted on your end. Go ahead and unmute yourself, and we'll take your case.
There we go. David Lousteau here. How about now, Your Honor?
Lousteau, good morning.
Good morning. And I have Mr. Games next to me in my office, Your Honor.
Hey, that's good. The matter set for a pretrial. I'll turn to the city for status of the matter at this time.
I just got everything I think Mr. Lousteau needed out of the police report. We haven't had a chance to discuss this matter. I believe that they'd be asking for a continuance.
Mr. Lousteau, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The city was helpful in getting some additional items from the police report, referred to other items. They supplied that. My client and I are still considering that. I am asking for a continuance of pretrial, and I'm asking to go a little farther out than perhaps what would be usual. But my client is due to have a complete hip replacement surgery, and he has an appointment July 30th with a cardiologist who has to weigh in on that aspect of things before they actually schedule the surgery. So I'm going to be asking for a 2-month continuance, Thursday, September 9th. And that, Your Honor, would be an estimate. I don't know exactly when they're going to schedule the surgery. That's just kind of how these things go. You go to a doctor and they schedule it, then you know when it's going to be. Right now, I don't know when it's going to be. So I'm attempting to estimate that September 9th will be enough time to have that surgery done and my client done with recovery. That itself might be wishful thinking, but I'm thinking if it's not done yet, then at that time we can readdress it.
From my medical knowledge, that September 9th might be a little overly optimistic, but at your request, let's reset it to September 9th and just,
That's not a court date. We have.
well, we can't do that because it's not a court date.
Oh,
September 16th?
Yep, either the 2nd or the 16th in September.
How about September 16th?
Or the 30th.
okay, Thursday, September 6th, 16th. That sounds fine, thank you.
And we'll just see how Mr. Games is doing in the meantime. We'll wish him the best of luck with the surgery.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Games, stay in touch with your attorney and let him know of any contact information and as to how you're doing with your medical situation.
I have that right.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to-
thank you, Your Honor.
Got it. I keep forgetting to hit the refresh button.
Yeah, I just had that uploaded.
Never very good about that.
And I've got a couple matters on the 9 o'clock calendar. Mr. Beeching, city's moving to dismiss those charges without prejudice. That's a reckless driving charge. Talking to Mr. Beeching's counsel, he has moved out of state and so will no longer be.
Kind of a lack of jurisdiction type of
Yes.
situation. That happens, and sometimes it's a good defense.
It is. And then I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Brown, who's representing himself pro se.
We do have a phone number on here, so we should probably figure out
Okay,
if
yeah,
that's
let's
some
do
of
that.
these people, just in case. It's a
Sure.
phone number ending in 2600.
We have a phone number ending in 2600. We don't have a name to go with that. If you would, unmute yourself and let us know who you are. We'll take your matter at this time if we can.
Is that 943?
It's a 493-2600.
That might be Mr. Lousteau's phone number.
Is that, did he maybe have two on
I think he
here
might
then?
have had two
Okay.
on, but, you know,
Because they're not unmuting, sorry, I don't know.
yeah, I think if I recall dialing it yesterday, it
That's
was kind of
David's.
this,
That was his. Okay, so he just had them both on.
Just
Okay, then yep, nobody else.
So we don't have anybody on.
okay.
With Mr. Brown.
And my wife says we don't, you know, we have conversations that, you know, she swears that I swear we never had. And here I remember a telephone number from yesterday, so. Not losing it.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I did have a conversation with Mr. Brown yesterday. He is working on getting his, I think he owes something by way of, I don't know if it's self-check-in treatment, but he indicated to me that he's checked himself in, has an actual date to get an assessment. And that is, I think, next month. So I said, we'll reset this for the 30th.
September 30th?
Yes. And I told him that we would give him notice.
Note the non-appearance for the record for speedy trial purposes and reset to September 30th, at which time speedy trial will start again. Reset Mr. Brown to September 30th.
Yes.
And editing. Attach signature, save signature.
And then if you could also sign the Beeching motion to dismiss. On Beeching, the dismissal, there's a motion in there. I think that's the last one.
without prejudice.
Meaning that I can refile within the statute of limitations for reckless driving of a year. So if he came back to Yelm and had another charge, I can refile that and basically revive it. Yeah.
And there's nobody else on.
Nobody else on, ma'am, you're here for court. You must be. Ms. Bateman, we just addressed the matter here.
I see that.
In
This is
any,
the third time I've taken off work to be here.
did you want to talk to the city or
Do you have, you know,
say anything of record or?
yeah, did you want to talk to the judge about anything?
I mean, I pretty much just said everything I need to say. I mean, I just want the no contact order, at least drop down to a non-hostile or something, so that I can participate in his treatment. Because with that no contact order, I can't even participate in anything. Like, I can't go to counseling with my kids.
Typically, until we get a recommendation from a treatment provider that he wants contact, the treatment provider, he or she wants contact for purposes of therapy, or a recommendation that it be lifted, that it go to a non-hostile contact. Usually, the court won't do anything. The city may have a position on the, city have a position on the no contact order with regard to Mr. Brown and Ms. Bateman.
Okay.
Then he shot. Ms. Bateman, I've been again not inclined to modify the order until we get a recommendation from a treatment provider as to.
Yeah, I think that was his charge last time was get us something, and he got, you know, we can't do his work for him. I mean, he's got to.
I understand that, but we also had this discussion last time.
Yeah.
So I'm coming out of a very domestically violent marriage for the last 20 years.
I remember that from before.
And I've gone to Yelm police several times about my ex-husband, and their hands really are tied. They can't do anything. He stalks me. And without solid proof, without my ex-husband doing something physically, or Yelm has told me on several occasions that they can't really do anything. And I've tried filing protection orders against my husband with Thurston County Family Court and my ex-husband, and there's just not enough proof, so they keep giving me.
That is, Ms. Bateman, I wish I knew more about the dynamics of domestic violence than I do. I picked up as much as I can. Based upon what I have, your safety is the most important thing to be, and very often people, including myself, were unaware of what is necessary for our own safety. We are on the side of caution, and for that reason, I'm not going to take any action at this time until I know a little bit more about what's going on with Mr. Brown.
Okay. Well, and Your Honor, he's not supposed to be afraid. Like, Mr. Brown, I'm not afraid of him at all. It's my ex-husband that I'm afraid of. I mean, I have diagnosed complex PTSD from my ex-husband.
I can very well understand that from what you've been through.
And Aaron has been the only one that has been there to help me through any of it. I mean, I've had to call him last fall to come pick me up. He had to drive from Puyallup to come pick me up from work because I had a panic attack in Safeway because my ex-husband was there. And I froze and I locked myself in the bathroom.
again, Ms. Bateman, I'm not inclined to take any action at this time. So that was, we'll be in recess. Thank you. You're now on record, Mr. Sneva, that will defer to you for the order in which your cases are called.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've got Mr. Guesting on the phone, I believe, or on Zoom. We're here for two matters today, numbers 2 and 3 on the 10 a.m. calendar. In the court, there should be a form with we're going to be entering a plea of guilty to the number 2 on the docket, the hit and run charge. However, that's going to be amended to hit and run unattended. And upon successful entrance to that plea, there is an agreement that the tracking charge, the DWLS 3, would be dismissed pursuant to the agreement.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Guesting, good morning. Are you able to hear me? You may have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I hear you, Your Honor.
Do you disagree at all with anything your attorney just said?
No, sir.
I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to an amended charge of hit and run unattended.
Yes.
Plea form tells me your full name is Kevin Sean Guesting, and you've been through the 12th grade.
Yes.
Any issues at all reading, understanding the plea form?
No. I did have some misunderstanding on the plea form until I was actually described about it and stuff like that. So I actually understand it now.
Okay, great. Keep in mind that if I accept the plea, I'm free to impose up to the maximum for the penalty, the amended charge being a simple misdemeanor, the maximum being 90 days in jail and or $1,000 fine. Paragraph 5, no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing.
Okay.
With that in mind, as to one count of hit and run unattended alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm previously and on May 15th, 2021, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
Make that plea of your own free will.
Sorry, say that again?
You make that plea of your own free will?
Yes.
Any promises made to you to induce you to plead guilty?
I only plead guilty because I left the scene and didn't give them my insurance. I ended up going home and calling the cops afterwards. So.
I will find your plea freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement here in the plea form under paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense.
So, what?
I'll turn to you for anything to add as far as sentencing is concerned.
Thank you, Your Honor. No, it's an agreed recommendation. Very little, if any, history here at all. We're asking for the court just to impose the $250 probation fee, and if we can start that on a payment plan in a few months, Mr. Guesting will be able to make payments on that. Thank you.
Mr. Guesting, you have a right to tell me anything you wish, anything you think I should know. You don't have to say anything.
Not really. Only thing I thought you should know is that I didn't really mean to leave the scene. I wouldn't have left the scene if the guy wasn't violent, but he was getting violent, so I left and I called the cops on and reported the hit and run.
Sometimes we're put in a position where we have to make a choice like that, and looking back on it, sometimes we're never sure whether it was the right choice or the wrong choice. In any event, I'm going to follow the recommendation, 90 days in jail, all suspended on the condition you pay a $250 probation fee, but more importantly, have law-abiding behavior. Stay out of trouble. City,
All right.
Nothing to add, Your Honor.
Mr. Guesting, any question at all?
No, Your Honor.
And on the city's motion, the DWS third charge is dismissed. Do you still have a suspended license?
Okay.
If it is, I'd make it a priority in life to get that reinstated. We live in a world where you pretty much have to be able to drive in order to function at all, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Guesting, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself. We will send you a copy of the statement of defendant on plea of guilty, as well as a copy of the judgment and sentence that I'm going to review and enter. You take care of yourself. That concludes the hearing.
All right. Thank you, sir. Is that all?
That's that would be all for today. Any questions?
All right. Nope, that'd be it. Thank you.
If you should get any questions, go ahead and ask Mr. Steven.
All right.
Dismissed.
Next matter we can call, Your Honor, is number 1 on the calendar, Alwyn, Austria. And I have, Mr. Austria is not here. I do, or I have submitted a motion to continue this. I know he was in inpatient last time I spoke with him, or didn't speak with him, actually. We played phone tag with him and then his counselors trying to get a hold of me. And I know he lives up in Oak Harbor, so it's been a little difficult getting that done. I'm asking to reset this one more time so I can try to sort that out and we can resolve this. There's been a little communication issue because he's been where he doesn't have access to his phone. I'm going to ask to set this out into September.
September 1st or 2nd date? 22nd, I think, is the second date.
We have the 2nd, 16th, or the 30th.
I'm wrong.
Are they all pretty, do we know how full they are right now?
They're not very full at all.
We can,
16 or 30?
let's go to the 16th.
Hearing no objection from the city.
No objection.
And then the other matters on the 10 o'clock, Your Honor, I don't have any information on. However, maybe we can just wait till 11 to deal with them since I'll be here all day.
May as well.
Might as well, in case they show up. And then one on the 11, I know I can, I believe there's a couple I can handle, but just in case they call in, I'll wait. But Nicholas Quillen, numbers 4 and 5, I have put a motion to continue in there. I did speak with Mr. Quillen, and I'm asking to set this out, noting the FDA for the purposes of speedy trial. He's moved, and so there's some things we need to do to kind of work on this case. I'm asking to set this out to the last date in September. This is the first pretrial.
No objection, Your Honor.
Motion to continue open.
How far did you want to come out?
That last date in September,
The
the
last one.
30th, yeah.
We set to September 30th. This time the computer made me sign it twice. Mr. Brown and Mr. Grimes are also on the 11 o'clock calendar. Josh, is that?
I've had contact with them. They shouldn't, I'm going to ask to reset both of those matters. I have 2 motions to continue in those as well. And both of these are evaluation-based resets. We need evals on them. And one of them, they needed more information on Mr. Brown. I guess we could take Mr. Brown first. I spoke with Misha at the Right Step about this, so they had to do something else to finalize his eval. So we're getting there.
About how far out?
If we could go, maybe on those, we'll go that first date, on both of those, the first date in September would make sense.
For September 2nd, 11 o'clock. It's Riley Grimes.
And I do the same request for the same reasons in that matter, Your Honor, noting the FDA for the purposes of speedy trial, of course. And we just asked to reset to that first
September
weekend.
2nd.
Yeah, the 2nd of September.
Got it. Close. And that, as they say, is that.
Record.
Back on record, call the rest of the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock calendars.
Just go ahead and pull that chair up. Sorry about that. First matter I can call, Your Honor, is number 2 off the 11 o'clock, Mr. Deck, Timothy Deck.
Mr. Deck, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Or rather, still good morning.
Yeah. Mr. Deck comes on for a pretrial hearing. We do have a plea form that I've gone over with him in the old court's hopper, so to speak, with a plea to the first count of theft. Upon successful entrance of that, we do have an agreement for dismissal of count 2.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Deck, good morning. I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty. Tells me your full name is Timothy Lynn Deck. You're 45 years of age, been through the 10th grade.
Yes, sir.
Any issues at all understanding the plea form? If I accept the plea, I would be entitled to sentence you to up to 364 days in jail and up to a $5,000 fine, regardless of what the parties recommend. You realize that?
Yes, sir.
And if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, no witnesses, simply a sentencing, and that would conclude the matter.
Yes, sir.
With that in mind, is the one count of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on May 16th, 2021. How do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Do you make that plea of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. And your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. As far as sentencing goes, Mr. Sneva?
Thank you, Your Honor. It is an agreed recommendation. Very little criminal history here. We've got, we're asking for all the time to be suspended. That's the agreement. In addition to that, a $250 probation fee.
Mr. Deck, anything you'd like to tell me? You have a right to tell me anything you think I should know.
Just that I've been in a tough spot the last 5 years, and this instance is no different. I have no excuse for my behavior.
We all make mistakes. I guess the important thing, we're human. Go ahead and make new mistakes. Don't repeat old mistakes.
Amen.
Recommendation is a good one. 364 days in jail, all suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior and pay a $250 probation fee. We'll set you up on a time payment agreement with that. And if you have any issues making the payments, make sure you let us know. The most important part of the sentence is law-abiding behavior. Any questions at all?
No, sir.
looking at a JNS form here in a moment. It will take me a minute to go through this and electronically sign it. And of course, the criminal trespass charge is dismissed. That also is a gross misdemeanor. Always a good idea to not go where you're not wanted. And Walmart's pretty aggressive about their no contact, no trespass orders. I've signed the judgment and sentence. You'll be furnished a copy of that and the statement of defendant on plea of guilty. Mr. Deck, I wish you the best of luck. You take care of yourself and better decisions. And hopefully this has been a learning experience.
Yes, sir.
You take care.
Yeah, do you have anything for me now? Or
If he wants to go to the front counter, Sonia might be able to print it for him.
And Your Honor, I have someone that I have to go call right now that I just got notice of for the 11 o'clock. I'll be right back in.
Great.
Mr. Woodward, number 7.
Cy Dana Woodward, is he at present?
He is not. He is present on text message. Him and I have spoken in the other room. He can't hear when I talk on his phone.
Oh.
So I am waiving his presence today. However, if there's any issue with our request to reset this, he's got other matters in other courts. I'm thinking maybe we can do a global resolution. We'll see. I'm just asking to reset this to the middle of September because he's got other courts that he's got to get taken care
I have no
of.
objection, Your Honor.
No objection from the city. Motion granted. Middle date in September.
That'd be fantastic. Yep, I'm going to tell him right now. Thank you.
September 16th, maybe?
Yes.
We'll send Mr. Woodward a copy of a reset. We have a couple of non-appearances. Want to call them now, or
Might as well.
we're still waiting for somebody else? Josh, we can go ahead and wait. We got time.
No, that's fine. We can start working our way down.
First one I have is Jacob Holman, set for pretrial, posted bail. Josh, any idea?
No, sorry, no information to provide the court in this. I don't have anything on this one.
Show cause?
Show cause.
Next would be John Staley. That is Fifth Third Site.
It appears to be one of
I was
Dan's
gonna say, I'm
cases.
not sure what that one was set on for today.
That's a Dan case.
Did he have notice today, or is that?
No,
Okay.
that shouldn't be set for today, so I'm not sure why it is. since Mr. Howard was out.
Last hearing date I have is May 27th, 2021. Maybe that shouldn't be.
No, because that's when he appeared for his arraignment, so. He appeared on that day. Yeah, so we should probably reset that.
I think.
Later date.
Yep, I agree.
Just reset.
I don't know why it was scheduled for today.
On both Holman and Watkins, because there is bail, does that mean we previously?
I think that was possibly
I just wondered if we already had show
forfeited or
causes
it
on
was
the,
returned.
and then they showed and then they didn't show.
That bond is no longer active. It looks like it was exonerated in April because he appeared, I'm gonna assume. I don't see.
Josh, you know anything about
Are we on Mr.
Watkins Tilly?
You know, I don't have any recent information. I guess I'll leave it at that. I had spoken with him previously, but I haven't heard from him in a while, so I don't have anything to put on the record today.
Show cause?
Show cause.
Yes. And that brings us to the last one I have, which is Ilu Sivana.
I have no information on that matter, Your Honor, at all.
Okay, this is a show cause.
Previously in warrant status, but I think given the current setting, we got to go show cause. And that, I think, concludes the morning calendar. Somebody start the arraignment calendar. I started a little bit prematurely there. Before I take you one at a time, I need to advise everybody who's here for arraignment that you have a right to have a lawyer represent you at all stages of criminal proceeding. If you're indigent, I'll appoint the public defender, Mr. Sneva, who's sitting beside you, ma'am, to represent you. I'll at least have him enter a plea on your behalf today, and he will determine later whether you're qualified for indigent defense work at no expense to yourself. Typically at this stage, a plea of not guilty is entered on your behalf. Matter set for pretrial, which is a chance for you to go over your case with your attorney and decide if your matter can be resolved by agreement or not. If it can't be resolved by agreement, you do have a right to a public and speedy jury trial in the county where the offense has been alleged to have been committed. I'll take you first, Ms. Lewis. For the record, is your name Abigail Lewis?
Yes, yes, sir.
Good afternoon. The citation I have alleges an honor about June 27, 2021. You committed the offense of assault in the 4th degree domestic violence. Charges a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. I will have Mr. Sneva enter a plea on your behalf. That plea will be, as he'll indicate.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's stipulation of probable cause for the purposes of this hearing only. We would like to enter a plea of not guilty. We are requesting a pretrial date into August. We would like to be screened for public defense. Currently, Ms. Lewis makes approximately $4,000 a month. She does not have any dependents at this time. So that's where we're at with that. So we would ask for the court to consider that.
I will appoint you to represent her.
Okay.
Ms. Lewis, there are federal poverty guidelines, but I know in the real world, those poverty guidelines don't make a whole lot of sense in the legal world. But the conditions I set on release will remain the same. Your release on your own recognizance, and we'll set the matter for a pretrial.
Your Honor, if I could inquire, is there a current no contact order?
I set the no contact as a condition of release. I didn't enter a formal.
Okay.
I did not enter a formal.
Is she allowed to have, can we make the caveat that she can have telephonic or electronic contact?
Certainly.
Okay.
How about what I'm inclined to do based on the nature of the case is no hostile contact. Hostile contact, that's kind of an imprecise term. What that means is if things get a little heated between the two of you, it's up to you to get yourself away from the situation. Mr. Sneva can explain, he'll give you contact information. He'll be able to explain it a lot better than I will. August 5th, 10 a.m. would be the pretrial date. Is that going to work, Mr. Sneva?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis? We'll set it for then. I'll sign an order to that effect.
Now, you still have to abide by the military. Don't, if that one's more restrictive, then okay, but you still have to abide by that, even though this one's going to allow you to actually have contact. You just can't. Okay. And I'm emailing you right now.
Ms. Lewis, any question at all?
No, sir.
You'll be able to, I signed electronically the order on today's hearing. You'll be able to get a copy of that at the window out of the courtroom and then to your immediate left. Is anybody else here for arraignment or with
I
Ms.
think
Lewis?
she's one of her captain, commanding officer.
She's a captain. She's a, well, she was the aide de camp. I worked directly under her.
Okay, I think she wanted to say something real briefly about her, but not about the case itself.
Yeah, don't want to, yeah, anything about the case needs to go between you and your attorney, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm here, sir, to talk about character.
Could you step up to the court of record and then start again if you would? And good afternoon. Identify yourself by name if you would.
Okay. My name is Caroline Smith. I worked directly for Brigadier General Timothy White, and Abigail Lewis worked for me as his driver. So I'm just here to speak on her character. Over the year working with her, she's consistently shown me that her character is reliable, compassionate, and driven. I have seen her work with peers, subordinates, and superiors with respect, and it's obvious that those who work under her see her as someone to look up to, and that those around her always want to work with her. I've also spent almost every single day over the past year with her and have created a more personal relationship. I'd like to say she's kind to others and continuously trying to better herself. She has been to therapy and counseling on her own accord, strictly to become the best person of herself, and I have seen it work successfully and hope that that can aid her in getting any charges dropped. But that is what I'd like to say.
I want to thank you very much. And Mr. Sneva would probably want to be in touch with you maybe again about that. But this is, I notice there's no record of any criminal history here at all. And it's not my place to say too much at this point, but Mr. Sneva is a very competent lawyer, and he'll be able to resolve this case, I'm fairly certain, to the satisfaction of yourself and Ms. Lewis. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir.
And the conditions release mostly are just stay out of trouble and no hostile contact with the Mr. Lewis. That's all.
Yes, sir.
But I want to thank you for appearing, and I'm sure Ms. Lewis thanks you for the kind words you've spoken on her behalf.
Okay.
Anything further from the city, Mr. Dilly?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
The prosecutor is attending telephonically as well, and so, but he has no conditions to add. So that concludes the hearing, and again, you can get a copy of today's order at the window out of the courtroom and to your immediate left. Thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
And Mr. Steven, we do have online, we do have
Miss,
Amanda Lake.
yep, Miss Lake, dockets number 5 and 6.
Ms. Lake, are you able to hear me? You may have to unmute yourself.
She is.
Okay, can you hear me?
I certainly can. Ms. Lake, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad at all. You're here for arraignment on a number of matters. First, we have 3 counts of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on July 15th, 2020. Also, you have a citation for a criminal trespass 1st degree alleged to have occurred on August 12th of 2020. Each of those charges is what they call a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine.
Okay,
Asking for a court-appointed lawyer.
yes.
I will appoint Mr. Sneva to represent you at this, for the purposes of this hearing. We'll give you contact information with him, and he'll discuss with you whether you're qualified for a public offender at a later.
Okay,
Sneva will enter a plea on your behalf at this time. Pleas to all 4 charges.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we'll be entering pleas of not guilty on all of these charges. We're asking for a pretrial hearing to be set. We can set this in the middle of August if there's room on the court calendar. I know we're getting a little full there. And have Ms. Lake's, actually what I'll do is if Ms. Lake could,
If she can type in the chat.
if she could
for-
type in her phone number, I'll take it. And
Yeah.
her and I can. And Ms. Lake, do you have a pen handy?
yeah,
Okay, I'd like to give you my number now that we've entered a plea of not guilty here.
okay,
My name is Josh. I'm the attorney that just was assigned to your cases. My number is 360-90-6847.
360-906-847. I missed a number.
360-890-6847.
Okay, I got it.
And Your Honor, I would ask that she be released on her personal recognizance since she has appeared here today. She was PR'd earlier after being held and appeared, so we would ask no bail be imposed. Thank you.
Ms. Lake, no bail is going to be set. We're going to set your pretrial for August 19th. That will be at 11 o'clock in the morning. You're going to be giving, I'm going to ask you to stay in contact with Mr. Sneva, and we'll send you a copy of today's order. And if you would you type into the chat box your telephone contact number so Mr. Sneva can give a call.
Can I just give it to him now? Cause I don't know if I can retype it in on this page.
It's nothing I should have. I won't listen and I won't write it down, but yes, go ahead.
253-882-9031.
Okay, I have 253-882-9031.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So give me a call in a couple of weeks, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Hey, Ms. Lake, before you leave, we actually need an updated mail address for you so we can send you a copy of today's order. And
5643 Birmingham Street, Tacoma, Washington, 9840409.
that was 5643 Birmingham Street.
Yes, South Birmingham Street.
Hey, I want to thank you for appearing. You take care.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, you have a good day.
You too. Bye.
And we just had one more person.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Let's see, Mr. Frederick, docket number 4.
Call the matter of Yelm versus Douglas Frederick. Mr. Frederick, if you can hear me, please chime in. You may
Yeah, I can hear you.
Unmute yourself. Haven't heard anything yet, but let us know if you're on the line.
He's trying to connect to audio now, it looks like.
Your Honor, city has a motion on Mr. Frederick's case, if I'm tracking.
Absolutely. First, we're trying to contact Mr. Frederick. He hasn't chimed in yet. I understand he's attempting to. Mr. Frederick, are you there yet? Apparently not. But go ahead, Mr. Dilly.
Yeah, city would move to amend the charge to expired tabs less than 2 months.
So ordered.
From a criminal offense to a infraction.
Done. Mr. Frederick, are you there? Still trying.
He's there and unmuted, but voice.
He is there and unmuted, but apparently we can't hear Mr. Frederick. There maybe something is wrong on your end.
He's messaged in and said he's here trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure it out. He's here, but he's trying to figure it out.
Can you hear me?
Mr. Frederick, I just heard you.
Yes, can you hear me, sir?
You're coming through a little softly, but no trouble understanding you. Mr. Frederick, I don't know if you heard me do that, but you amended your charge from a criminal offense to a civil infraction. You were charged with operating a motor vehicle with a revoked certificate of title, and now you're now charged with expired tabs, which is a civil infraction. If you admit the infraction, I'll assess a $150 fine, and that'll include the matter.
No, I believe that it was illegally impounded.
Pardon?
I believe that my truck was illegally impounded because I showed them the information that, because, you know, COVID's going on and stuff, and I can't get a hold of them. Their number's disconnected. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's not an issue I can deal with, whether or not your truck was impounded. But what I'm dealing with, and the only thing I can deal with right now, is the infraction of driving a truck with a revoked registration, which is now a charge of expired tabs. If you admit the infraction, I'll assess a $150 fine. If you deny it, we can set it for a contested hearing. But the impound vehicle, if there was one, that's not a subject of today's hearing.
Yeah, that's the whole.
Mr. Frederick, all we're getting now is a periodic syllable. You're not coming through. Mr. Frederick, we've lost you completely. You started to say a word, and then after that, we got an intermittent syllable, and now nothing. Whatever you did to originally connect yourself, you need to do that again, I think.
Not good.
I can see that he's trying to connect, but it's not working.
Is he still on?
He's still here. I'm trying to figure out how to get him to.
That was obviously something on his end.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know if he's in a bad connection area or what.
I think he has a microphone that isn't quite connected.
Maybe he can try again.
And on these, Your Honor, do I typically stick around for the no-shows?
No, Mr. Dealey usually leaves. I then go through the no-shows for a PC, and if there's any issues that I have to deal with, everyone.
Hello?
PC dismissed. Okay. Mr. Frederick, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You're back again. You were starting to say something, and we missed all of it.
Yeah, I was just saying to you that I'm gonna contest that ticket. I feel like I'm not guilty on that part.
Okay, we're going to set it for a contested hearing. Excuse me. And yeah, it's not a matter of guilt. It's a matter of whether you committed an infraction or not.
I mean, I was pulled over several times prior to that.
Okay, now
And no ticket.
Mr. Frederick, hold on a minute. You're entitled to present your defense at a contested hearing. You don't need to say anything now. You're entitled to the hearing. We're going to give you one.
Okay. And then can we set up a hearing for illegal impound?
I can't address that matter.
Why can't you? You're the only judge in Yelm, aren't you?
Mr. Frederick, we're going to set you for a contested hearing. Any motions with regard to an impound? That's something you're going to need to do on your own.
No, not really, because I had Turner come out and talk to me and said that it wasn't, they wouldn't even look at the paperwork I had. I had an application for title transfer that I had in my possession, which covered for all that because it was bought from a used car, no title or anything. So we did the title, sent for a new title. Come to find out the car was totaled. Didn't know that because I didn't have the title. And then now on the registration thing, for the title application, it said registered owner, and it had me, and then it had the car dealership, and they said that I didn't have proof that it was mine.
Mr. Frederick, we're not going to hear your case right now.
But I'm just telling you, I'd like to set one up.
We'll send you a notice.
Because that's my right, because the city of Yelm has to pay for that, because even Turner doesn't think it's right.
Frederick, that concludes the hearing. We'll send you a notice of a contested hearing. It will be on August 5th, 2021 at this hour.
Okay, so this is all live, right? So I can go back on YouTube and watch this, right? And then I can go to a higher power, right? Because you wouldn't let me speak my case at all.
This is all you do at this hearing is admit the infraction or deny it.
Right, and I'm asking if you could set up a hearing for me to get my car, because I can't afford to get it out impound, and I even told him that. I live in that car. That's my home. So now I'm out on the streets for an illegal impound.
Frederick, this concludes today's hearing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It will be August 5th, 2021 at 2:30 p.m.
Way too late for my truck, but okay. Thank you.
Cannot give you legal advice. You have a good
I
day.
ain't asking for legal advice. I'm asking for a legal.
That's it for our, I removed his permission to talk.
Go on record for the 1 o'clock no shows. First one I have is Alexander Anatoly Agiv. It looks like the car, and that was something we talked about earlier. The vehicle's registration had been suspended in 2019 as a result of an insurance total loss. In any event, that's what they do. The officer cited the person for no valid operator's license without, change that to with ID, and then FTA. On Garrett Coleman, DWS third, and failure to transfer title, amend to NDOL second degree, and expired tabs, and FTA. He has enough problem with regard to the DUI. I released him against my better judgment on the condition he was working, promised me that he would have his girlfriend bring him to court without any problems, but then evidently just called in a while ago and trouble with the computer. No, I don't have a computer. Can't get there in person. No, and you know, I can't even hear you anymore because the phone's gone. 75,000 cash or bond. Josh McCrevin, this is one where he filed he sent in a request for a mitigation hearing on his, and I see you got a mail return on no mail receptacle. Please forward. I'm not quite sure what to do there, but I look on, he does have a phone number on his citation. I'm gonna find PC for the DUI. But if you would call and tell him we need to, he evidently doesn't know that he thought enough to send in his request for mitigation on the infractions. but didn't get the notice to appear for arraignment, give the number a call, and if you can get reset out a couple of weeks. And if you have an address, fine. If not, we'll probably just issue a warrant and FTAs in a couple of weeks. That leaves one left, and that's Jennifer Rogers. I do find probable cause for the issuance to her on April 16th for theft third, and then again on June 16th for theft third and crim trust 1. 2,500 cash or bond. Is it just as easy to do that just on the one case or the both of them? Can you both of them?
Probably each, so I'll split it between them. Is that
Okay, yeah. If you gotta split it, 1,500 each to make it a round number. Better than 1,250. And that, I guess, that is that. It's a